There's some potential for mutual success. Oh, I'm gonna end my life.
Right, good evening. Welcome to the fall football parent player meeting. I'm going to be going over the information for this season, procedures and expectations that for parents and for players. Welcome. We still have some people coming in. If there's something that you missed, it'll be available. I'm going to link it to our website, the recording to our website, and then you can view it a little bit later. This should take us around about 45 minutes. It's quite a few. It's a little. We got information about the Shenandoah camp that we need to cover, so that's added information. So it should be done here about 45 minutes.
Expectation.
You're muted, sir.
Coach, you're muted.
So I've been talking all this time.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So I'll back up. Once again, welcome to the parent player meeting for the fall season, 2023 fall season of football. This is the what we're going to be covering here today. I'm Coach Rose, head football coach here at Warhill. Coach Mullen usually covers the Payne meeting, as you can see there. That's the first thing at the top of the list there. Our athletic director is Coach Mullen. I'll have his contact information on here. He won't be joining us today for this meeting. He'll have his own meeting for parents, and also our athletic trainer, Todd Corbick. He will not be on, but I do want to pass on some information from him. Our athletic trainer wanted me to let all of the parents and the players know that they are doing concussion testing has started, and it's done online. Doc is sending a link. If he hasn't already, he's sending a link to all the players that are either 9th graders, 11th graders, or new to the program. You are responsible for doing the concussion testing before the season starts, or at least before we start making contact after July 27th. So he's sending a link out, and all the players are responsible for completing that concussion testing for him. It'll be a link sent to your school email. So be on the lookout for that link from our athletic trainer, Todd Corbick, for you to do your concussion testing. Also, registration, I'm not sure if it's open. All players must be registered. That's coming from our athletic director. All players must be registered. And you go to the athletic website to do the registration. And there is a $60 fee for when you register your athlete. Fundraising, I want to go over this here real quick too. Our our booster club. Thank you for each and every one of you that have already signed up on the booster club. It's $15 to sign up, be part of the booster club. We do urge you to do that. We are heavily reliant on our booster club. Our booster club does a great, fantastic job of supporting all of our athletics, and we do need our parents to be a part of this. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, if you have got a athlete that you care about that's part of this program, please help us out. Join the booster club. The two more things I wanted to cover that's pertaining to the booster club, and that's the concession stand, and then of course the last fundraiser that we're going to be doing. We typically did a JV and a varsity concession stand, for the games. We've passed the JV concession stand to the I believe should be the cheerleaders. Cheerleaders have it. So we don't have to we don't have to do the concession stand for the JV, but we do need parents for the varsity. So please and it's only 5 games, and it's 2 scrimmages that we'll be responsible for. So we need parents to sign up for that. Typically, we'd appreciate if the JV parents would handle that responsibility. Very difficult for our varsity parents to do, and of course, watch their players play. The last fundraiser that we're doing is a card fundraiser. We're doing 10, like we did last year. Be 10 cards that we give to every single player there, and those cards are $10. And we expect them to go out and sell these discount cards to families, friends, relatives, whoever they can to get these here to. And these cards are really good. They got some really good deals on them. And all of this information I'm giving you, Miss Baker is going to be sending out in the coming days or so. Just wanted to leave my contact information here with you. Like I said, this is all being recorded. You can record it, but if you don't get all of the information written down, I'll be sending out this video recording will be attached to it in our website. But this is how you can reach me. The best thing to contact me through is Remind. Hopefully you're all signed up on Remind. If you're not, the parent sign up is there, as well as the players. Other folks that you want to be able to contact are our athletic director. If you need to reach out to him, it's Dan Mullen, and there's his email. Our athletic trainer, Todd Corbick, his email, and our booster club head, and that's Miss Baker, and that's her email. I hope I got that right there from Miss Baker.
Yep, that's good.
Good, perfect. The form, this is what the form looks like. The last thing that I'm going to cover here with the booster club form. This is what it looks like going into our 2023 season. If you plan on getting signed up for that, this is what it looks like, and it's on the website. I believe it's on the Complete Athletic website. If you don't see it there, it's on the football website.
Coach Rhodes, actually, this is last year's form, but because the information's so scrunched together, it's been redone and made into 2 pages. Some of the parents already filled out the first version, but we will have that up on our website. So
okay,
there's a new form.
All right, excellent. I'll take it down and get the new one up. All right, thanks, Ms. Baker. So let me go over our coaches here, so you all know who's who for the varsity. Our coaches, we have and they're kind of flash their face a little bit, so we can put a face to the name. Joe Burke, he's our defensive coordinator and special teams coordinator, everything coordinator is Coach Joe Burke. He coaches our defensive line and our offensive line. We have Coach Mark Moker. He's got receivers and defensive backs. Coach Price, he's our offensive coordinator, coaching quarterbacks, running backs, And Coach Jeffries, he's helping us out with our kickers. And for the junior varsity, we have our head coach is John Temple. Our defensive coordinators coaching the running backs and linebackers for the JV is Coach Francis. He also doubles and helps out at the varsity level. The offensive coordinator for JV is Coach Price, Coach AJ Price. Offensive line coach and defensive line coach is Coach Milton. And our defensive backs and receivers coach is Coach Hutchins. So I want to recognize our players here. It's going to be, recognize some of our guys that have some accomplishments, basically not just team accomplishments, but also what they've done in the classroom. And here's want to recognize Ed White, Max Shield, Goose, Cunningham, Baker, Holberg, McAdoo, Edie, Rembert, Watkins, and Richards. These are our strongest players here. They're all part of the 1,000-pound club. Also want to recognize our top academic performers. These guys here, Jack Baker, John Michael, Thomas Black, Leland Hudick, Nicholas Morrell, Riley Owens, Gabriel Scott, and Elijah Williams all have over a 3.0 GPA. And our highest, these guys are 4.0s or higher. Cal Armstrong, Taylor Edie, Ryan Klein, Peyton Kramer, Ivan Lindbeck, Max Schill, and Camden Thompson. We've been doing a team competition. There was guys got to pick the players that they wanted to be a part of their team, and a huge part of the team competition, was pretty much what took place from January all the way to June. Things like attendance, weight room growth, academic growth, and then, of course, them actually, leading the way in their effort, honor, and ownership, sort of what we preach here. And this team right here, Team Leland Hudick, this team actually won the competition. This group of guys will be getting a player pack from us. This is what we're going to purchase for them. And we want to congratulate Team Leland Hudick. Want to recognize our highest GPA for us here. This guy is was a stud in the classroom. Peyton Kramer with a 4.52 GPA. And we also want to recognize, Henry Holberg. He was considered our hardest worker, had the greatest growth in the weight room from when we started in January till June. Henry Holberg ended up being our hardest worker. All those guys that we recognize there, they're all going to be getting, a player pack from the program. Also want to recognize these guys for attendance. 100% attendance from Jack Baker. He's a senior. Tavion Blockett, a senior. Taylor Edie is a senior. Daquan Parrott is a senior. Isaiah Rembert, a junior, and Elijah Williams. These guys all have 100% attendance. And a lot of them, they played another sport. And they, of course, showed up to those sports every day. So I want to congratulate this group of guys here, 100% attendance. And we have our group that's only missed 2 days, and their attendance came out to be a 95% attendance rate. So congratulations to these guys. Also want to recognize our team captains, Jack Baker, Taylor Edie, Henry Holberg, and Nicholas Morrell. These guys are representing our leadership council to guys that'll be added, with the captains. This is sort of the stuff that, when we're making team decisions, we like to bring these guys these guys in, to help us with those decisions. That's Liam Francis, Goose, Jaden McAdoo, Isaiah Rembert, and Leland Hooter. These guys, with the captains, make up the leadership council. All right. I want to get in sort of the meat of things here. I have here for equipment. Because it's part of our FAQs there too. We provided all the equipment and game gear that they're going to need, because it's JV varsity, it's all provided for them. Varsity players, they received their gear. We'll need to get the JV their stuff, but the varsity guys, they already have all of their stuff. JV will get their stuff, I believe, the first week of practice, and I'll show you the calendar. It's already up there. Now, the players are responsible for their game shoes, so they'll need to purchase game shoes, and we don't want any colors outside of our school colors. So they will need to purchase their own game shoes. In reference to the sidelines, I'll cover that there. During a game, whether it's varsity or JV, they can only have tennis shoes. We don't want any Crocs or anything like that. And I'm specifically talking to the players. So no flip-flops, Crocs, or anything like that. Only tennis shoes on the sidelines if you're not, dressed. Okay, parent consideration here. I wanted to go over this. I went over this here in the springtime when we had our meeting in February. But parents here, athletes all involved must understand that to be a part of this team is a great privilege only awarded to those who committed themselves to the program. This commitment is not limited to the player, but also the parent/guardian. For the best success in the program, the player will need the utmost support from the parents. Commitment to this program is exercised by displaying trust, hard work, and dedication. Players do this by actively participating in the off-season conditioning, which we've gone through, and we're still in the summer parts, ensuring that they are mentally, socially, and physically prepared to handle the rigors of this game. We coaches understand the values of having a well-conditioned body and mind, as it is unequivocally essential to the success of this program and the individual. This is why we, with the support of administration, strongly encourage prospective athletes to attend all off-season conditioning days in an effort to be honored with the privilege of calling themselves a Lion on this team. Well, we believe that our athletes should set the example on how to manage being a student and an athlete, how they can totally commit to both. All communication, I want to go over here real quick for parents. Please, make an appointment through Remind. I mean, if you send an email, that's fine. But if you're on Remind, that's the quickest way that I can, reach out to you, reach back out to you. If there's something that you wanted to talk about, you want to come in, we can make an appointment there. So just send me a message on Remind. And then, I'll get you in for, if you want to have a conversation face to face. But please refrain from after competition or practice communication. Please just make an appointment, all contact or any communication. Please make an appointment, unless it's something that you just need to get across to me, through Remind, and I'll respond on Remind. Want to go over this here to parents and players. This is where we measure our success. And it's a way of life for us here. We always go over with the kids, our philosophy, our system, and it's important for our kids to believe it. Not just our kids, but our parents to believe in what we're doing here. It helps to make us a better program to move forward and grow. we believe that, if the kids, if they believe in what we're doing, parents believe in what we're doing, we believe that the kids will start to own it. And then they'll fight for it. And that's what's important for us. And I don't necessarily mean, hitting on each other or anything like that, but believing in what we do, claiming it. And then, those guys are going to understand that, as a teammate, it's more than just being a teammate, it's a brother. Coaches and players, we're a big family here. And we're going to take up for one another. And that's what we want for our, not just our players, but also, our parents to believe in what we're doing on it and claim it. And hopefully you guys will also take it and, fight for us. Our attitude here is if you can, you must. And that means, if you can show up on time, then you must show up on time. Same thing with the classroom. If you can get a B, get a B. If you can get an A, then you must get the A. We believe in preparing our kids, to deal with not just the rigors on the football field, but all off of it. So it takes a certain mental toughness to play this sport, and also physically. So that's why we do what we do from January all the way to leading up to practice July 27th. Our vision here is to consistently compete for a Division IV state championship, for players that leave Warhill prepared to succeed in their lives as good employees, citizens, husbands, fathers, and leaders. For players to return to Warhill successful and willing to tell about their success as a result of our program. And for all of our players to have at least a 2.5 GPA, this actually makes them academically eligible, if they desire to, to play at the collegiate level. Here's what we value as coaches and what, we go over as coaches. We're going to coach with integrity. We'll handle ourselves with the class. With class on the sidelines and in the community. We'll see we'll do it best. We'll support and defend one another publicly. We'll prepare the kids mentally, physically, and emotionally in season and off season. Take responsibility for the success of the program, instill confidence in the players, and focus on safety in all team activities. Okay. To review the practice schedule for parents and players. So we're in the summer schedule right now. This is before school starts. JV, they'll practice the same day as varsity when JV starts their first practice, July 27th. JV will start, I believe I have it a week or two later or something like that. I got the schedule up. The practice window, this is what I really want to cover. The practice window, okay, is from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. when we start practice July 27th. 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. That is the practice window. That doesn't mean we start practice at 4 and end at 9. We just have to have a window because we may run into some type of inclement weather or heat advisory. Something may happen. So, we may not always start practice at 4, even though we want to start practice at 4. We may have to push practice back to 5, to 6, to 6:30, 7:30. And then, I'll send a message out to let parents and the players know that, we didn't get on the field till 6, so we'll end at 9. However, if we're on the field at 4, the practice will last about 4 hours. And that includes, meeting, and the break that we have for 2 days. But it'll last about 4 hours. Sometimes it'll be a little bit shorter, and I'll let parents know. But typically practices, for 2 days, last about 4 hours. That's with an hour break, hour meeting and stuff like that. So the weekly schedule, varsity, of course, will go from Monday through Thursday. Friday, usually games, we play on Friday, so we practice Monday through Thursday. This is once school starts. And then, after, so we'll probably be done around about 6:30, 6:45. Typically about 6:30. And then we'll have film on Saturday. JV schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, at least for right now. And then their games are on Wednesday. So the practice expectation, everyone be at practice every day and on time. Players who cannot attend practice because of sickness, or other emergency, you have to contact me. Please do not send a message through another parent or a kid, or contact one of the other coaches. You have to contact me. All right, just contact me on Remind. Let me know what the emergency is. But all players are expected to attend every single practice on time. Injured players are expected to attend all team activities, including practice. So if a player is injured, they usually check in and do whatever rehabilitation with the athletic trainer, and then they come out to practice, and they're there the entire time. So every single player,
Well, we
injured
just
or
smoked them,
healthy,
bitch.
must
Got right back to my
attend
fucking car.
practice.
Leo.
Gotta mute him. There are 3 unexcused absences or grounds for dismissal from the team. 3. Going to go over here the team expectations. There's no profanity. No, we don't believe in any foul language or disrespectful actions directed toward any member of the coaching staff, managers. That's grounds for dismissal. Criticism of your teammates, for sure, we don't want that. This is just, like I said, a team expectation. Is certainly not encouraged, or any hazing or anything like that. The use of tobacco products, vape, alcohol, and other drugs will not be tolerated. These substances have no place in the sport. School board policy will be followed in these instances. We want to make sure that we're honest. We don't want to steal anything, keep our hands to ourselves, it's probably best that you don't bring any valuables here, but that's certainly an indefinite suspension from the team if you're caught stealing here. Sportsmanship is a must. We'll treat our teammates and our opponents with respect at all times. Rookies and JV players are not to be initiated or any type of hazing in any way. Do not question an official's call. The head coach will discuss those matters with the officials. No player may enter the field unless directed by a coach. If a fight breaks out, no one, that includes the coaches, nobody is allowed to enter the field of play. We have to stay on the sidelines. Anyone viewed leaving the bench area and or seen involved in a fight will be ejected and suspended from the remainder of that game, and plus 3 additional games. Something that's sort of a side note here, because I wanted to make sure that this was clear to parents. And if you have anything that you want to communicate with me, I encourage you to communicate with me. I do. We can have a good cordial dialogue, and I want to make sure it's clear to parents that a parent's influence will not affect the players standing with the coaches. They won't. Parents can't, or kids can't choose their parents. So we're not gonna hold, anything against a kid, whether it's a good or a bad influence or a positive or negative influence. It won't affect us one bit. I really take, I do, and this is something personal for me, and I believe that each and every one of my coaches feel the same way. I really take offense when a parent, believes that, if they contact me because they have something to say, that I will take it out on their child, and I'll take it out on their player or one of the coaches. Well, we won't do that, never. It's not even anything that's in my mind here. And And anybody that would do something like that wouldn't be a part of this program. Or even suggested, if coach or parent has suggested it, that tells me that they're capable of it. We're not capable of it here. Never do that. I will never, ever, ever, a player standing will never be affected by, the influence of a parent. If you have something to say, I have no problem with you, bringing a set appointment and coming and talking to me about it. I got no problem with that. It will not affect your player. And like I said, likewise, if a parent is on a booster club or contributes heavily, hopefully it's altruistic, in their intent. But that won't affect the player either, standing with the coaches. I just want to make sure that that's clear to all the parents. I want to review player cuts. 10th, 11th, and 12th graders are all considered varsity. Every last one of them. 10th, 11th, 12th graders are all considered varsity. Freshmen are the only ones that are considered JV. Okay, so varsity and JV football player tryouts will begin on July 27th this year. And all 10th through 12th graders will try out for the varsity team. Cuts will occur by August 3rd through the 5th. And then, after that time, some 10th graders, if they make the team, they may be moved to practice with the JV. Now, want to make sure this is clear. Unexcused absences during the tryout period, you're getting cut. You cannot miss during the tryout period. You will get cut. So please, during that trial period, July 27th through to August 3rd through the 5th, that's our, the window we're cutting. You need to be here. We want to make sure that that's clear. Now, generally 9th graders who attend practice sessions and work hard, we won't cut. They're a huge priority for us. They're building the program. And we want to make sure that we make everything available for them, to grow as a person and as a player. But we don't typically, cut those guys. We won't let them go unless they're in a situation where they just can't defend themselves. So 9th graders, you just need to make sure you're here to practice every single day. And if you're not, then of course, that is possible grounds for dismissal if you're not coming to practice.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you hear? My son is out of town at his dad's house out of state. And we spoke to the coaches about it beforehand. And he'll be gone during that practice time frame. Is that going to influence him being cut?
You talked to Coach Temple?
I told Coach Temple, I told Coach Francis that he had to go to his dad's house. So
right, yeah. And as long as you talk to Coach Temple about it, you're fine.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear. Thank you.
Now, yeah, good point. So yeah, that situation there, I do understand, but we have a varsity player in the same situation that, if I, custody, you got to go with the parents for a certain, another parent for a certain period of time. That's not a problem as long as it's communicated with the coach. That they won't be back until this time. There's no issue with that. But do want to clarify this here with the cuts. One, if we're cutting a player, that means the player can't defend themselves. Okay. And we don't want to leave a player out like that in harm's way. Or the player, and I got this here bolded, exhibits a negative influence on our team. And we know the difference between a positive and a negative influence, or no influence at all, but certainly not a negative influence. If that kid is got issues with coaches and other players and is exhibiting a negative influence on the team, bad attitude, we will cut them. It's no place for them. It's just, we're not going to have it. All right. And then, if we do not have enough equipment or game uniforms for everyone, and we of course we gotta make space for that, and we have to cut. 4 violates team rules, and that's what we're going over here now. The player isn't likely to play because of depth. If we got say for example we got 20 receivers, not all 20 of those receivers are going to play. We have to cut, get it down to a manageable number of receivers or running backs or whatever position that they're playing. So we got a huge number of quarterbacks, and that's all a quarterback can do. We typically play. You need a first string, second string, third string quarterback. Fourth is probably won't have it. I've gone over this here, but yeah, this is concerning when we are in the school day. So no conferences will be allowed before, during, or the following practices or games without an appointment. We'll communicate with you during the appropriate time. Want to make sure all the parents, because media is it's prominent, it's prevalent. It's kids are all involved in it because you got social media. So want to make sure that it's clear about the media. Occasionally, members of the team are contacted by the media, to give interviews. So when making comments that the public may read or hear, members should always be complimentary of their teammates and of the opposing team and the coaching staff. And in today's society, numerous media vehicles are available to anyone, including, I think it still exists, HR Varsity, Virginia Preps, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. And I should have put Instagram on here. Whatever other media outlets that are popping up now, they got all this news stuff for the Twitter box and everything. So we don't want to trash talk on that stuff. We don't want to engage in that kind of trash talk. We certainly don't want to, criticize ourselves, Warhill, or any other action that would cast a negative view of Warhill, or the football program. The use of technology by players and parents to record any part of practice or team meetings is prohibited. All right, so if it's something out there that's going to be recorded, we'll record it, and if it needs to be shared, we'll share it. Failure to comply will result in a definite dismissal from the team. Valuables, I'm going to go over this here. I don't even think we're going to be using them. I mean, Coach Mullen will go over the locker situation, but the best thing is, don't bring those valuables here. Just want to make sure that everyone knows the coaches are, or any Warhill representative will not be responsible for any item stolen or lost. All right, so characters who you are when no one's watching. We all know that. So a team made up of individuals of good character will be highly successful because teammates will trust one another completely. Violation of any WJCC, Warhill High, or Warhill football expectation, that's always subject to dismissal from the team. Usually that won't, we'll try to bring parents, get them involved, after we talk with the kids, but we can't have, kids, violating any of the WJCC or the Warhill code of conduct. Just so you know, I'm not going to compromise in my purpose in making your athlete a better person. Understand the value of commitment to a common goal is paramount. Everyone will be treated fairly, period. No one's getting any special privileges. I look for every opportunity to reinforce and reward good manners, morals, and values. I'll always strive to be consistent, and no one will receive any special privileges from me or any other staff member, other than for going above and beyond team expectations. Everyone will get a fair opportunity to compete for a place on this team. And it starts with attendance. Attend all organized team activities. We believe in effort, honor, and ownership. So we want our kids to give a great effort on and off the field. Honor the game, team, and family, and take ownership over their responsibility. If they make a mistake, we want them to own it. If they do what they're asked to do, we want them to own it. But it's all about effort, honor, and ownership. They have to give 100% effort, not 110, not 90. We're asking for 100% on and off the field. And of course, honor the game, team, and family with, meeting these expectations in ownership. Just so you know what we're looking for as coaches, we need our players to be disciplined, be competitive, believe, and above all, be coaching. The best player will play. And these are some of the qualities that we're looking for as coaches that we have to be able to trust them. And that means putting in their time, not just us, but their teammates have got to trust them. They got to be intelligent. We're talking about a football IQ. Of course, they got to be talented. And then, of course, we want to see a high character in them. I wanted to reiterate this here about our code of conduct. We want to encourage a safe, supportive, and productive environment. There is no hazing, none, no hazing. Lettering, players must play 16 quarters for the equivalent time of 16 quarters on varsity to letter. So 16 quarters of letter or equivalent time at the varsity level. In case you haven't seen this here, I wanted you to take a look at the August calendar. Just so you know, it's first day of school will be on the 28th, and then we have our first 2 games. You can see August 25th, and then the second one is August 31st. But it's all identified here for our practice window starting in July, but this is the August calendar. And we will adhere to this calendar here. So the JV will practice the same time, same day as varsity, when JV starts their practice. Okay, this is just a little bit here that I wanted to cover for the Shenandoah camp. And we're closing out here now. This is like the last 3 slides here I want to cover. This is the list of players. All right, a couple things I wanted to go over, and the kids are going to get this here too. We're bringing 40 players with us. These are all 40 players here that'll be going with us to the Shenandoah team camp. And it has in the middle part there, you can see the packing list. All the players will get this. This is just so you know. But I wanted to go over the blanket situation, or I should say the sheets. Ms. Baker brought this up. For those of you going to the Shenandoah camp, you want to get the twin, I guess it's extra large or full size sheets, something to fit those dorm beds.
Coach Rhodes, let me just throw this in there so people don't have to, if you don't have a kid that's gone to college yet, you probably don't have twin XL, and you don't have to buy one. If you just, a queen sheet is the same length as a twin XL. So a full is too short. A twin is too short. So twin XL or queen get you the 80 inches of length. So just wanted to clear that up.
Thank you. Perfect. So that's what we're looking at for the camp. We're leaving. All right. We're departing July 19th at 4. That means, and we're asking all the players to report at 3:30 a.m. All right. They need to be here at 3:30 a.m. because we need to pack the bus, load the bus, and leave. And that's going to take a little more than 5 or 6 minutes. We want to leave our plenty of time for us to check in at 8:45. So it'll be good for the kids to have something or get something to eat before they load the bus. So before you get here at 3:30 a.m., you need to maybe make you some a little breakfast or something before you get here. I wouldn't rely on all four of you trying to go to Wawa, at 3:25 a.m. and get left because the bus is leaving at 4. All right. If you're not there, you will get left. So if you're getting dropped off, make sure your ride doesn't leave, because then you'll be stuck there. So if you don't see the bus there, that means we're gone. Be here at 3:30.
Sorry, coach. I tried to chime in when Linda was speaking. I have access to full twin XL sheet sets at my work. I can get the entire team them and for nothing at cost if I have the number amount. So I can get with Linda on that. So nobody has to purchase them and if they bought them already, they can return them. But I have like boxes and boxes of them at my work. They're the same with college dormitories.
All right, so then we'll get a count and I'll put that out there on Remind, get a count, I'll send it to you.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's the first day, and then we're leaving. If you take a look here on the 21st, we're going to be leaving at 11. So we'll probably be back around, back here around about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Maybe a little bit later because I believe we're getting our food and we're going. So we should be. It's about a 3 hours trip. But if you take a look at the packing list, please stick with the packing list. Do not come here. Now I know talking to some of these guys already. Okay, you're on this list. Guys, do not bring any game systems, TVs, large electronic devices. Don't bring that. Okay. Stick with the packing list. Your day is going to be packed. All right, you're not gonna have time to go play games. Period. So stick with the packing list. Make sure you bring plenty of workout clothes, and you may want to bring maybe an extra drying towel, if you want, because we're taking showers after every practice. Some spending money for camp, but just follow the packing list and you should be good. All right. Practice good hygiene, so make sure you bring deodorant. Second, I think it was the second last slide here, but just want to make sure I wanted to hit here. Practice is going to start July 27th. That's for varsity. JV won't start just yet. Because we got a lot of construction going on here. We'll be using door 18. Parking has to stay out in the student parking lot. Drop off will be door 19. Team pictures will be August 11th. Open house. It's usually the Tuesday before before school. I think that's August 22nd. It's right about then. First day of school is August 28th. And just so we know that there's you gotta have a 1.25 GPA to be eligible to play. All right, 5 courses passed above a 1.25. The ejections. Remember, if you're ejected for fighting, leaving the bench or anything like that, I want to make sure that's clear. That's the game that you do it in, plus 3 more. Okay. So as I said, drop off is at door 19. I think I got everything there. Information is going to come about the pregame banquet. Parents that are left on, are there any questions, concerns, anything that you have for me? Are there any questions from the parents? Okay, so if you do have questions, and you can stay on. I'll stay on here for another 5 or 10 minutes or so to see, to answer any questions. But I will be sending out more information on Remind as we get closer to our practice date. But tomorrow we do have conditioning. I need the varsity guys. I need you to get here because we're coming at 6:15. We're starting. I need you to get here at 5 o'clock to pick up your pants and your extra jersey for the camp. So varsity guys, get in here early to get your pants and your jersey, first come, first serve, so you don't get the best. Actually, it's not first come, first serve. Seniors first. So come get your stuff. If there aren't any questions, next, send in more information out on Remind. If I need to, you can ask me on Remind. Have a good evening. Other questions in the chat?
Players need spending money for Shamrock.
Yes, players will need, and that's, I believe that I'm gonna pull that up here again. I think that's on the packing list there. Yeah, so the packet list, it's got spending money for camp store. They will need some spending money.
Is there conditioning Wednesday for JV?
JV will continue to condition all the way through the 19 days. So yes, they will, according to and it's on the calendar that JV still needs to condition.
Not for Wednesday.
What?
Not Wednesday.
No, we don't have conditioning on Wednesday. There's no conditioning on Wednesday. Yeah. Just stay with the calendar days that are available for all July, and that has it all on the calendar. And I believe the link to the website is in the chat.
Coach Rhodes, in regards to the boys packing their stuff up, is there, since you guys are using the bus, what type of bag do you prefer? Is it better to have like duffel bag style, or do you want them suitcase style? What's best for packing and getting to help facilitate the loading on the bus?
Duffel bag and a backpack, that's they get 2 bags. So they
Okay,
get 2 bags. So if they come with 2 book bags, that's their 2 bags. But a
perfect.
duffel bag, they'll have a carry-on, which is their book bag, and then their duffel bag.
Coach Rhodes, the calendar said that only JV had conditioning tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm telling the varsity to get here.
Okay.
Yeah, I need the varsity here.
You have a question on there, says, are there room assignments?
Yes, there are room assignments. The kids have already they've established their battle buddy, so they know who they're sharing a room with, because we're in the dorms, so it's 2 to a room, and the kids have already chosen who they're going to be staying with. Any other questions in the chat? You got it.
Not yet.
So yes, varsity, I know it says JV on there, I'm telling them to come now. I got there. And the main reason why I need them to come now too is I just got their jerseys. I needed the kids to have 2 jerseys and 2 pair of pants, and the jerseys just made it in, and we got the pants so they can get their second pair of pants and their second jersey.
I have a question for camp. Is it preferable to have a cash or card for the spending money at the camp store?
I would bring both. I don't know what the situation is as far as how their camp store is going to work. They will have a store, but I don't know if they're going to have, the means to pay electronically. I would just bring cash.
Where is the football registration located?
On the athletic website, the football registration is located on the athletic website. It's the first page on there.
See how long.
All right, Coach. Anything else I needed to? I think I got everything.
About 45 in.
Any other questions? JV questions, varsity questions, but if you go to the website, click on the link, you'll see, go to football and you'll see the calendars, June, July, August, and then of course school starts after that. So we're in school then, and practices will be right after school.
the question about one, so.
Any other questions? All right. I'll go ahead and close out. There are no questions. It's all recorded. Have a good evening.